This is exactly how I'd rebuild the Jaguars in the 2025 NFL Draft. I've been doing this for every team, and I'm going to do it for every single team. So make sure to comment after this video exactly what team you want to see. There's been a lot of reports that the Jags may not actually take Mason Graham with that 5th overall pick. Ted McMillan's in play, especially after his 4.47 at his pro day, 40-yard dash. Will Johnson's, of course, at play. A few other players as well. I doubt Travis Hunter falls to 5. Obviously, that would be the pick if he was there. But in this case, I take Mason Graham. I don't care about the measurables. I love what he did in college. The tape does not lie. I don't care about his shorter arms than Walter Nolan and Derek. I don't care. He can play football at a high level. I know they have a good enough defensive line already, especially with the edge rushers with Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen. But Mason Graham would make that an insane addition. I really think that's the pick. They have a need at safety. Like, they could use some depth, obviously, in their secondary. So Xavier Watts in round 2, I don't hate. I know PFF gives it a B because it's a little bit of a reach, quote unquote. They have him as a 39th overall prospect. But Watts, no one raised their value as much as Watts in the CFB, playoffs this year. Maybe Will Howard. That's about it. In round 3, you got to take like best player available. And Ben Morrison, if you get him in round 3, I mean, this is a first round talent. You can bolster your depth at cornerback and, of course, continue to bolster that secondary, which was one of the worst secondaries in football over the past few seasons. I would do so. And then in that second, third round pick, why not Harold Fannin Jr.? I get that he didn't run the fastest 40-yard dash, but he's been compared a lot to Jonnu Smith. I think he can really be a good pass catcher at the NFL level. He led the NCAA in receptions last year. I just think that makes a lot of sense. Even if they want to go Brenton Strange as your tight end 1 to start, at least have Fannin to give you some versatility, right? And a future end that you can build around. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I am still sold on Harold Fannin Jr. being a top 30 player from this draft. I really do think so. Round 4, I went wide receiver, get some depth there, obviously, with the losses of Kirk and others. Torrey Horton, I know it gives me a C there, but Torrey Horton's a baller. Go watch his tape. Linked this guy to a few previous mock drafts, but Ahmad Hassan, or however you pronounce his last name, he's really good. I've watched a lot of his tape. I don't think he'll fall to pick 126, but if he does, that's great. You get another edge rusher, bolster the depth there. I'm not a big Quinn Ewers guy, but like they need a backup quarterback that's relatively young for Trevor Lawrence, just in case he might not be the guy. Now, I think he is the guy, and I think he's going to have a really good season next year, but there are starting to be questions about whether he can lead a team deep into the postseason, right? Or like win you a ton of games and play as a top 10 to 15 quarterback. You guys know I still like ETN. I know we had a down year. Bigsby was pretty good, but having another guy like Bashaw tuned into that room, adding him would be awesome. Gives me an F here, but that linebacker from Cal is good. I know they have Luakon and they have some linebackers already, but I think adding that Cal linebacker for depth would be awesome. Especially since I think he goes in round 5. I don't even think he falls to round 6. I got an extra defensive lineman from Boston College in round 7. What do you guys think of this mock draft, specifically Jaguars fans? Good mock? Which team do you want to see next? Comment below and follow me for more NFL draft content like this.